Hey guys, how you doing? I'm making this video to show you guys how the mind reading trick works, as I promised at the beginning of the year. I know this is not the way that we wanted to end the year. We're missing out on a lot of cool stuff to do in class that would help you really understand how this works. We have assignments and projects and things that we do after the state test that usually help out. But I want to fulfill my promise to you and go ahead and explain how to do the trick so that you can do it on your friends and family and blow their minds. So I'm going to do a little quick overview of what the math is behind the mind reading trick, and I'll teach you how to do it. It's really simple to do. You guys will have no problems doing it. If you look right here, I have my phone pulled up and I have the game 2048. A lot of you guys have probably seen the game 2048. This game 2048 has a lot to do with the math behind the mind reading trick. So if you've ever played 2048 before, you know that two tiles combine to make a 4 tile, and then a 4 plus a 4 will make an 8, and you can keep going and going. 4 plus 4 is 8. 2 8s make a 16, and the goal is to keep going and going and going until you can make a 2048. So the math behind this game, it's all based on doubling things. 2 4s make 8, 2 8s make 16, 2 16s make 32, 2 32s make 64, and we can go on and on and on and on and on and on if we wanted to. So this mind reading trick is based off of the same mathematics. So going back to elementary school real quick, because we're, in my class we like to build on things that we know from previous grades. So if you go back to elementary school, you'll remember that you learned about place value, the place value system, where the way that we write numbers, we have certain place values, like the 1's place value, and then this one is the 10's place value, and then we had the 100's place value, and then we had the 1,000's place value, and the 10,000's place value, and the 100,000's place value. Just place value system. So if you had like the number, 26, then that's 2 10s and 6 1s. So it's just place value. But our place value system is called the decimal system. It's all based on the number 10. So in each place value, you could have 10 different digits. You could put a 0, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, 8, or a 9 in that place value. Same thing with here. Here we have a 2 in the hundreds place value, but we could have a 3 or a 4 or a 5 or a 6 or a 7 or an 8 or a 9 or a 0 or a 1. So there's 10 digits, 0 through 9, that could be in each one of these place value systems. It's all based on the number 10. That's why all of these are 10 times bigger. This is 1, and then this is 10, and then 10 times 10 is 100, times 10 is 1,000, times 10 is 10,000, times 10 is 100,000. It's all based on multiplying by 10. And that means it's all based on exponents of 10. So place value system is all about exponents. Ones, this is the 10 to the the 10 to the 0 power. 0 power is always 1. 10 is 10 to the first power. Just one factor of 10. 100 is 10 squared. We didn't get to talk about exponents in class before COVID-19 happened, but we would have spent a lot of time with this to help you make sense of it. 10 to the third power is 1,000. 10,000, that's 10 to the fourth power. 100,000 is 10 to the fifth power, which just means 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. 5 tens all multiplied together make 100,000. So our place value system's all based on the number 10. The mind reading trick isn't based on the decimal system. It's based on the binary system. Bi, that prefix bi, means 2, like a bicycle. So bi means 2. Up here, dec, in decimal, that means 10. Like a decade is 10 years. A decagon has 10 sides. So binary is based on 2. So the place value system in the binary number system is all based on the powers of 2, starting at 2 to the 0 power, which is 1. 0 power of any number besides 0 is always 1. 2 to the first power is 2. The next place value would be 2 squared, which is 4. And then 2 to the third, which is 8. 2 times 2 times 2, that's 8. 2 to the fourth power is 16. 2 to the fifth power is 32. So there's those numbers that you see in the 2048 game when we play. 2 2s make a 4. 2 4s make an 8. 8 and 8 is 16. 16 and 16 is 32. It just keeps doubling every time because it's based on multiplying with powers of 2. So just like in the place value system that's based on 10, there were 10 numbers that could be used as digits in those place values. We could put a 0, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or a 9. But in binary, since it's only based on 2, there's only 2 numbers that you can fill the place value with. It's 0 and 1. That's it. So these place values wouldn't have the numbers 0 through 9 in them. They can only be filled with 1s and 0s. And in class, we would have done a couple days where we messed with the binary system and we translate numbers back and forth, really getting to understand this binary number system. But this is the important part here of the mind reading trick, is the numbers 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Those place value numbers in the binary number system. So if you'll look at the cards here, you're going to need these cards, and they're in Canvas in a PDF file. These are the cards that we use in the mind reading trick. And I'm going to try to hold them to where you can see it all at the same time. I might even need to raise this up just a little bit more. So here are the cards that we use in the mind reading trick. So some of you guys have noticed some things about these cards. Namely, the first one. A lot of people have noticed that it's all odds on this card here. All odd numbers. That's the other another card. Here's another card. So these are the cards that you have when you do the mind reading trick. But if you look, and I can kind of hold this in a certain way, it'll help you see something. So if I take the cards out and I lay them out like this, there's the cards right there. I'm going to give you a second and see if you notice anything based on what we just talked about. Give you just a second. Maybe you noticed when I laid the cards out like this, you might have seen these numbers here look familiar from what we just talked about. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Those are the place values of the binary number system. So the way that number systems work is you add 26, that's 2 10s, so it's 10, 10, and 6 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you add those all up, 10 plus 10 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, that equals 26. So in the binary number system, it's no different. It's a number system. You're just going to add the place values together. So the number trick really boils down to just adding. So the way it works is when they say yes or no to your question of is your number on the card, you just have to add the numbers that they say yes to. So if they say, for example, if you show them the cards and they say no, then we don't even worry about that card. That's the 32 card. They said no to it, so just ignore it. We don't even need it. They say no to this one. That's the 16 card. Okay, but maybe they say yes to this one. They said yes to the 8 card, so we're going to think about the number 8. Then they say yes to this. This is the 4 card. Well, they said yes to 8 and 4, so we're just going to add those together. 8 plus 4 is 12. Maybe they say no to this card. That's okay. And then they say yes to the 1 card. So all you have to do is add up those numbers. 8 plus 4 plus 1, that's 13. That would tell you that their number is 13. Their number 13 was on those 3 cards, and that's how we know what it is. So when they say yes or no, they're telling us exactly what their number is. So that's kind of the math behind it a little bit. A really quick crash course. Just letting you know that it's all based on the binary number system and powers of 2. And they're all right there on the cards. So the way that you do the mind reading trick, I'll break it down for you. the way that you're going to do the mind reading trick is you're going to ask your person to think of a number between 1 and 63. 1 and 63. No decimals, no fractions, just a whole number. And then all they have to do is say yes or no. Is their number on your card? And when they say yes, all you have to do is add the number, the first number that's on the card. So if they say yes to the 1, we're going to add a 1. If they say yes to 2, we're going to add 2. If they say yes, you add 4. If they say yes, you add 8. If they say yes, you add 16. If they say yes, you add 32. If they said yes to all the cards, their number would be 63, because 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 63. And it's not always that much adding, because sometimes they'll just say yes to these 2 cards. If they say yes on the 8 card and the 1 card, then their number is 9. If they say yes on 16 and 4, their number is 20. If they said yes on the 32 and 1, then their number is 33. So all you're going to do is when they say yes, just add the number that's the first number on the card. So it's actually pretty simple, and it's all based on binary. So in Canvas, I'm going to post some links, post some videos if you want to learn more about the math behind binary. But it really is, as far as the mind reading trick goes, it is pretty simple. It's just adding the numbers 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, or 32. So for example, as we wrap this up, maybe you've seen binary code before, which is just a bunch of numbers of 1s and 0s. Maybe that number, 100100. That's just a number written in binary code. Binary code is a computer language, one of the very first computer languages, and still used today in circuits and things like that. So 100100, that means yes, we need a 32. No, we don't need a 16. No, we don't need an 8. But yes, we need a 4. No, we don't need a 2. No, we don't need a 1. So it's just 32 plus 4, which is 36. So this is the number 36 written in binary code. It's just a 32 and a 4. Where in the decimal, we would write 36 as a 3 and a 6, because it's 3 10s and 6 1s. These could all be zeros if we wanted to leave them blank, just like in Pika Centro. So 36 in decimal, this is the number 36 in binary. So have some fun with the mind reading trick. Print the cards off. If you don't have a printer, they're just numbers. You can write them down on 6 pieces of paper and practice a little bit and have some fun with it. So enjoy, and I'll leave you more information in Canvas.